All right, what's happening out there? Welcome to DJ Jordan J's first ever podcast, airing September 2016. Tonight is going to be about hardcore music, definition of. Mostly just going to get into the music with a little background and some, blurbs in between, a little bit of know how, know what, but we're not going to get too in-depth, just mostly with the music. We're just going to stick with the music. So we're going to start with the cro-mags first. Age of Quarrel, 1986. Their first album, incredible, definitive hardcore album. Sounds a lot like, their influences basically, but is completely unique, and they're a completely unique band. Excellent band, and all their follow-up material is pretty heavy duty. I'm definitely a fan of them, and I hope that if you're not already a fan of cro-mags, you'll do your homework and check it out. But a lot of Bad Brains and Agnostic Front influence, you name it, from that period of time. Nonetheless, these guys were the originators of New York hardcore, which is the backbone, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, of what hardcore really is. I mean, New York hardcore is really what hardcore is to me, anyway, because most of the groups came from there, the best ones. So let's check it out. Show You No Mercy from Age of Quarrel. And that was the cro-mags from their Age of Quarrel album that was released in 1986. Very definitive hardcore album. Got the Atomic Explosion on the front. The lead singer, John Joseph, a.k.a. Blood Clot, had a couple other bands. I think Blood Clot was one of the names. And Harley Flanagan, the bass player. Both are very famous in hardcore and just aggressive music, I think, in general. Both were basically like single-digit hardcore, more or less. I think Harley Flanagan, the bass player, was one of the original members of the Stimulators that started out as CBGBs and actually was raised pretty much in CBGBs. He was there when he was at least 7 years old onwards. And they're probably one of the most definitive hardcore bands and probably the best out there. Right now what's touring is John Joseph, and there's a few other people. I think Mackie, the drummer, the original drummer, is still in there. But if you want to catch them on tour, I'm sure they're still touring in most major cities, so hopefully that would be happening. But there's a lot more to them, all those members, especially John Joseph and Harley, though, than just that. These guys are very active and actually very interesting. Nonetheless, let's get into something different. I want to talk about Agnostic Front now. That's the real godfathers of New York hardcore. People would say, Bad Brains are them, but, Bad Brains is the godfathers, but really they're from Washington, D.C., and they came to New York and set the bar a little higher, I guess, in some ways. by their performances that they were doing at CBGB's. I think it was like 1981 or before that. But nonetheless, Agnostic Front is the most aggressive. Roger Miret, the lead singer, incredible, and quite a story there. Huge catalog, this band. And Vinny Stigma on guitar, legend, hardcore legend, Black and Blue legend, all that. But yeah, we'll get into that right now. We're going to get into a song by Agnostic Front from one of their newer albums. I like their new material a lot. So I like it all, but I like their new material just where it's at. So we're going to get into something from the Another Voice album called All Is Not Forgotten. And we're going to play that track right now. And you're definitely going to like it if you're already into Agnostic Front. And if not, do your homework. Check them out. It is more than worth it. They're one of the most powerhouse groups out there. And really one of the, I'd say the best hardcore group in my opinion. Agnostic Front, lead singer Roger Miret has a little brother. His name's Freddie. He started a group. Vinny Stigma, the guitarist for Agnostic Front, was a part of that. And this band's called Madball. One of the best hardcore groups out there. Very, very tight. Incredibly talented, incredibly original, unique. And the message is clear. Very uncompromising. I really love the group. They have a lot of different albums. And it just keeps getting better with time. They're more refined. And let's just listen to a little bit of Madball. Let's put on a song from their Infiltrate the System album. We'll just put the title track on, Infiltrate the System. And I hope you really dig it. I know I definitely do. And I'm just digging in the crates, the Madball crates lately, and the hardcore crates. But Madball is definitely in there substantially. And I just want to share some of that with you. So let's get into that right now. Infiltrate the System.
Spread freedom. Infect all masses. Spread wisdom. Of this generation, the ones who lost themselves. I don't think we lost ourselves, but at times we did lose control. It's time. that he lost faith in. Look now how much we've grown. I'm not the one who planted the seed, but I notice people listen to my screams. Imagine what they do for you. Sons and daughters grab hold of the truth. Now we're in a position to lead. Take the reins, make them believe. What will you do with this voice you bring in this? Spread freedom. What will you do to ignite change? Infect the masses. What will you do with your experience untold? Spread wisdom. Now is the time to infiltrate. Now is the time infiltrate. Your system. Infiltrate the system. Infiltrate the system. The system.
That's good. Definitely what you're looking for if you're looking for integral hardcore right there, fundamental hardcore in your collection. So that's Madball. That's part of the Agnostic Front family tree. Although they all kind of are, really, especially in New York hardcore. So let's get into some more of that, seeing as that's what I'm kind of wanting to focus on anyway. Let's get into a group called Sick of It All. Definitely one of the best, if not, top three for me in New York hardcore music, and just hardcore music, or even thrash, crossover, kind of more aggressive punk influenced, hardcore punk influenced music. It's really, they are hardcore. This is the definition, Sick of It All. But they're extremely versatile. They put on the best show. One of the most talented bands I've ever enjoyed. I mean, I just can't believe how much they give every night when they perform. Just watching them, even in videos. Their lead singer, Lou, is incredible. And they've definitely been around for a long time, back since the late to mid-'80s, but their longevity is incredible. And the thing is, they started incredibly young, so we've all benefited from that. And I think that's the way it is with most hardcore groups. They start as teenagers, generally. So, the guys aren't doing the Keith Richards thing out there right now, looking like dilapidated mummies, Although, he's not, okay, whatever. Anyway, I like the Stones, don't get me wrong, but, it's starting to look like a George A. Romero show out there. Nonetheless, let's get into Sick of It All. So we're going to start with World Full of Hate, which is one of my favorite songs by Sick of It All. And, do your research. Every single one of these bands that I mentioned, do your research, do the homework, and you won't be sorry because you're just open up a can of worms. All right, so let's get into Sick of It All right now.
Nobody cries while the innocent die, and
Well, that was good. Sick of it all. Never disappoints. Always kills. Always just obliterates. Awesome group. One of my favorites. Top 3, I'd say. And like I said, do your homework. You won't be disappointed if you're a hardcore fan, punk fan, even if you're into whatever, speed metal. This is worth looking into because it all coincides in its own way. But, hardcore is a lifestyle. It's a philosophy. It's a way of life. And it's worth being a part of. It's worth looking into. It's a lot more organic, and it's got an almost infinitesimal, I'd say an infinite longevity. It's something that won't die. It's a spirit, and it's, just talk to anyone that's really a part of that movement, especially these band members and some of the head honchos from, where it originally came from. This is something that was born out of the streets and is very strong. It's very powerful, and it's got its own subculture, but it's almost more. It is more than that. So let's get into some more stuff here. There's a group that I personally like a lot. That's on some gospel tip. Let's just say No Innocent Victim. Toured with, Agnostic Front. Toured with Hatebreed. Toured with all these groups, and definitely held up. They got the respect of the hardcore community. Deadly band. Jason Dunn, the drummer, actually runs Face Down Records. FaceDownRecords.com if you want to know more about that. But we're talking about hardcore that speaks from a Christian perspective, which is really, I think the two coincide. It's just about standing up for your beliefs and being totally 120% about that. That's what hardcore is about, taking everything to another level, and it's about integrity and faith, pride, and respect. So let's give it up to this band here, No Innocent Victim. They broke up more or less back in the day, in the early millennium, and they earn their stripes. So there's who's to say what a band should or shouldn't do, especially when you're all growing and evolving human beings. So let's get into some of their stuff here. I'm going to play something from their album that was released around 2000, I believe, if not in 2000, Flesh and Blood. Let's get into one of the tracks from there, and I'll let you do your own research as to the title. So look it up, Flesh and Blood. It's a worthwhile album, one of many albums by a very good group. Okay, let's get into it. Well, I'm sure if you could hear well enough, that is the title track. I'm just going to give that to you. Flesh and Blood, from the Flesh and Blood album by No Innocent Victim. Fantastic band, worth digging through. FaceDownRecords.com, check it out. Check out Face Down Records. They got a lot of great groups on there. Point of Recognition, Those Who Fear, some of the bigger names for today. A lot of bands that Disciple 80 that a lot of people are familiar with, especially in the hardcore scene, who have put in work. And I just want to definitely pump them up as much as possible and promote that group and that label, Face Down, as much as possible. I just got one of their jerseys recently. It's very nice. But let's get into another group here that's backbone, fundamental hardcore. One of the best, Terror. I was introduced to them by someone I respect deeply, and I'm not sorry for the investigation that I've done. These guys are definitely the keepers of the faith in the hardcore community. They're up there with Agnostic Front and the rest. Excellent. So let's get into one of their songs from their Live by the Code album. Once again, do your research. Go back and do your homework. It's not hard, especially nowadays in the millennium, especially where we're at in 2016, to acquire tons of music, and it's well worth it. So let's get into a song called The Most High from the Live by the Code album. Well, that's what I'm talking about from Terror. Fundamental hardcore listening. Definitely almost mandatory for your collection if you're a hardcore fan, or if you're becoming one. I would recommend checking out more by Terror. One of the best. And we're going to just digress a little bit. I'm going to do another podcast coming up pretty soon that'll focus more on some older stuff. We'll get into some of the, like, Gorilla Biscuits, Bad Brains, Circle Jerks, Black Flag, things like that. But right now I'm just kind of giving an introduction to hardcore for a lot of people at an entry level, or just, putting out stuff that really is good for those who already like it. So we're going to get into Agnostic Front again from an album, I believe it was released in 98 or 97, called One Voice, an album which is powerful. I believe that it was released after Roger Muir had a stint in prison. He'd been upstate for about 3 years. I'm not sure about the entire story behind that, but these guys were raised on the streets of New York, and they were always living there. They were part of the streets, and that's really, where all those lessons are learned, those hard lessons are learned. So, but out of it came this unique album, One Voice. So we're going to get into a song from that called Undertow, and I'm definitely going to enjoy it myself. I hope that you definitely can bang your head to it. Okay.
Thank you all very much. This goes out to Matt Ball, my little brother. It goes out to my crew, DMS crew. It's called Undertow. Let's go. Well, I need it all. You like to fucking stop the way around there. Let's fuck this place go. Let's go. Move this fucking shit on. Let's go. Let's go. Rap. Who's your rap? Let's do that show. In my dad. In the cell. We're all gone. I miss your wall. That's the love to go. Cause I hate you all. Face it up. Listen to stuff. Everything seconds and everything is red. The other way. Look what you wait. Listen to this life we've done. Get ahead. Get ahead. Came to me. Oh, feel my breath. That's looking through my hands like that. I was glad. It goes. You're done. There's nothing we can't change. The grace of sun in my life is lost. It's forever. Make your life. Listen to something. Everything something. You never say. All the work. Look what you ain't. Look at this life we just can't get ahead.
And that, of course, was taken from the Live at CBGB's performance and DVD. 2004 was when that was released and when the concert was filmed and performed. They closed down CBGB's in 2006. That's where it all started, punk rock, all that. The Ramones started there. You got the Talking Heads, Blondie, the Clash. Those guys were hanging around there back in the day. All the punk rockers, all the bands you could ever think of were at CBGB's. But then it evolved, and hardcore kept it alive, up until 2006, a long time. But that should be recognized and acknowledged, that hardcore was really the mainstay of CBGB. and that's really where it was really it all started, especially the New York hardcore scene, which is really what it's all about. Anyway, we're going to get back into another New York hardcore band that was CBGB's raised. Let's get back into cro-mags. We're going to do a song from their second album, Best Wishes. I'm not a vegan, but there's a lot of that, and straight edge and all kinds of things in the hardcore community, but it's all fascinating. If you want to see a cool documentary that kind of would give you a more comprehensive look at it, Under the Influence, New York hardcore, check it out on YouTube. Give you a little overview, but I would also recommend seeing American Hardcore, which is only available on DVD, iTunes, probably on, and it is Netflix or Apple TV. Apple TV, I believe, if you can deal with the rental fees. But if not, find another way to get it, another way to watch it, stream it or something. But those two, I would say, start there, and just check out the Agnostic Front live at CBGB's. As much as you can find, or order the DVD. I would prefer if you order the DVD. Anyway, let's get into that cro-mag song, Death Camps from Best Wishes. Very good crossover. That was Death Camps by cro-mags from their Best Wishes album. That was when John Joseph, I don't know if he was on hiatus or whatever, but at that point I think Harley Flanagan, the bass player, was taking over for vocals. Sick album though. Yeah, either one of those guys is excellent. So they really could trade off on the reins, in my opinion. So we're going to wrap it up here, as I don't want to drag this out too long, but I'm sure nobody who's a real fan or really is liking this really cares. But that's all right. We'll get into more. I'm going to be doing more of these podcasts very, very soon, and I'm going to do more, and we're going to be all over the map with hardcore. We're going to get into the roots of it a little bit more, but right now I'm just trying to give you an overview. So we will wrap it up with one more song, and we're going to do a song by a band that, once again has already been mentioned and we've already listened to, but we're going to listen to Madball one more time. We're going to do Heaven Hell, which is, to me, it's like the closest thing to almost a gospel song by a hardcore group or something, but it's really, it is really powerful, and I really like it. So, I think you will too. So thanks for listening to DJ Jordan J's Hardcore Podcast. Going to have a lot more coming up. Going to have all kinds of genres. Everything except for bluegrass, I'm sure, and I'm sure that's fine with whoever is already a fan of my stuff. And we'll touch base on a lot of different things. But thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Check me out at DJ Jordan J in apostrophes, on Facebook, DJ Jordan J Productions. I've got to do some more building on that page, but it's pretty basic and remedial right now. It gives you a tiny introduction to me. But it definitely doesn't touch all the levels of who I am and what I do. But thanks for listening, and I hope to have you tune in again. Hardcore definitely lives. Keep the faith, as they say. And thanks for listening.
Between heavy